Good morning, fellow Nigerians, and particularly my people, brothers, sisters, friends in Ekiti South. The official campaign for the year 2023 have long begun. However, here we are. We are in the year 2023, and elections are up in a few weeks. Nigerians, the elections ahead are quite more important, if not the most important in the history of Nigeria. And this is why, individually, as patriotic citizens, individually as leaders, individually as people, we need to think. Nigerians need to think. Think about your value. Think about your voice. Think about your future. Think about your children. Think about your children. Above all, think about posterity. Think about the potentials that have been left or that have been mismanaged and eventually just run the drain every single day. Think as a people. We are all human. And you worth more than just belong to the crumbs in a lifetime. Nigeria have more than it takes to make Nigerians comfortable. It's another time, and probably the last weeks, for political elites again in Nigeria to, of course, play the game of hunger and manipulation on the innocent, suffering electorates. Many have begun to shunt, moving from party to party, based on the instantaneous stomach objective, and the so infinitesimal stomach infrastructure, because unfortunately, what comes from all this does not even sustain anyone for months. It doesn't sustain for weeks. In most cases, it's just a night jam at the beer parlor. Fellow Nigerians, it is time. We all turn a new leaf. It is time we all realize and admit the fact that we are all part of this problem. And so we all have to have hands on deck to ameliorate or to create the transformation needed to take Nigeria to the next level. It is time we refuse to submit to the power of the gods and the manipulations of this corrupt and dirty status quo of crop of politicians that are so ungoverning, unleading, however refers to themselves as leaders. We shouldn't forget in a hurry that the current state of insecurity, the depreciating and plunging education system and standards, the next to nothing infrastructural systems, the next to nothing medical and health systems, the deplorable, despicable education and research development systems are all products of this same set of politicians. They've been recycling from 99. It is time we all partake in the project to save our dear nation, Nigeria. We have no other home. We have no other place to call home. Even when you call places homes, it is sacrosanct. It is not home. Because even when you have all it takes, even legally, to call it home, do you have the acceptance or the acceptability? Do you have the psychological comportment that this is home? So this and here is our home. Nigeria is our fatherland. It is time for us to obey the clarion call. It is time, under the sun in the rain, for us all to contribute our quota to save Nigeria from plunging the cliff, to save our fatherland, to make Nigeria great again, and to make Ekiti South great for once. Fellow Nigerians, my name is Ayokunle Olusegun Ayodele. I go by AA Ayodele Ayokunle for Senate, Ekiti South 2023. I schooled in a primary school, or your local government management board primary school. Ayeteju Amuro. We call it OLSMB. Ayeteju Amuro Secondary School, the great Amuro Community Secondary School. I remember my friends back in those days, Futa days. One of them would say, do you call that your school Amuro or Amuro? It is Amuro Community Secondary School. Bachelor's, Federal University of Technology, Akure. Master's in Operations. Bachelor's, Federal University of Technology, Akure, Applied Geophysics. Master's, Operations Management, New England College, New Hampshire, USA. Doctorate, Technology Management, Colorado Technical University, Colorado Springs, USA. Profession career, I've been a telecom engineer for over 25 years. I run my own private business along the line. So I'm an astute technocrat. I'm a global leader. I'm a telecom engineer. I am a technology manager. What am I going to do different? Why am I here? We've been in this struggle for so long. Back at Futa, we were in the tear gas so many times. How many students go kilo? Hey, it's June 12th. This, that, we've been shouting, we've been crying, we've been writing, we've been tweeting. We've had personal confrontations, but all those did not make the effect. And so, I have decided and I have realized being in the system is the only effective way that would work in the Nigerian case. This is why, because of my inveterate desire, because of my inveterate determination, that Nigeria is home and that Nigeria must reattain that glorious esteem, the giant of Africa, because Nigeria does not just stand for Nigeria as a people. Nigeria stands as the singular, most populous single black nation in the world. And today, Nigeria's population is growing as fast that by projection by year 2030, 35, Nigeria would probably be the third most populous in the world. Now, how do we keep up with this growth in population? If we all fold our arms and see Nigeria plunge the cliff, because at the moment Nigeria stands on a very thin edge of a cliff. This is why I have offered myself. This is why I have stepped up to step in. Nigeria has a basic system issue. Systems are corrected by policies and laws, and those are done at the legislative level. This is why I have decided to step into the legislative level. This is why I've decided to get people of like mentality and like ideology. This is why I've decided it is time for us to stand up to the corrupt status quo. It is time we oust the crop of political vandals, the crop of unleading leaders, the crop of destiny killing leaders and influencers that call themselves leaders of Nigeria. It is so unfortunate that Nigerians will by every means, no matter how daring, no matter how little, try to get out of our country. My political philosophy is this: Nigeria is not messed up beyond repairs. Nigeria is not messed up beyond amelioration. And this is why I have taken it upon me to stand up. I have taken it upon me to offer myself against the backdrop of prayer. I am self-funding. I am self-sponsoring. I don't have a godfather. I only have God, my Father. And I have you listening to me, though. However, to do this, it has cost not just me a lot of sacrifices. It has cost my family a lot of sacrifices. It has deprived a lot. However, it is worth doing because Nigeria is home. I'll go straight to what am I going to do different? Why do we need to oust the incumbents? Because they have proven to be failures. They have proven to be clueless. They have proven to be so not patriotic. They have proven to be so not people-focused. They have proven to be avaricious. They have proven to be selfish. They have proven to be counterproductive. They have proven to be vicious. They have proven to be social and mental ill to our society. This is why we must not fold our arms to see them recycle and recycle and recycle themselves over. This is why I am here to seek your support. This is why I am here to seek your help. This is why I am here to sing together. Together, we can say so many no's. Together, we can say no to poverty. Together, we can say no to tyranny. Together, we can say no to bad governance. Together, we can say no to impoverishment. Together, we can reject oppression. Together, we can reject embezzlement. Together, we can reject impoverishment. Together, we can reject being used and dumped. How are we going to do this? I have two major functions when elected as a senator. My statutory functions as a legislator to legislate, to sponsor, co-sponsor, facilitate, co-facilitate, or support bills that are in line with what I call my flow. And what is my flow? F for the fear of God. Fear God. L for the love of God. Love God. O for obedience to God's tenets and patriotism. And W for walk or walking and walking in line with God's tenets and patriotism. Now, in line with my flow, what will be my major focus? What will be my major legislative focus? I have deciphered Nigeria has 4 critical problems. This is my opinion, which are education, economy, technovation, and security. The first 3 are quite most critical because the last actually is dependent on the functionality of the first 3. Our educational system is so deplorable. Energy is next to shambles, and this has made our nation so unattractive, so not attractive to external investors and investments. Our manufacturing companies migrate to other countries, even unfortunately sub-African, even West African sub-region countries. This is so deplorable. It's so despicable for Nigeria. Research development depends on a good and free flow of education system. Our students are often not in school. It happened in my day. I spent 6 years at FUTA, Federal University of Technology, Accra, not because I failed, but because it was one strike to another strike to another strike. And it's been like that. If it was like that in my days, almost 30 years back, and it's still like that today, definitely, if we continue to do what we've been doing, nothing will be changed. However, the cumulative effect, it's not as easy ameliorated as when nipped at the bud. So it is imperative our energy system is fixed with emergency. It is imperative our educational system is fixed with emergency. It is imperative our economic system is fixed with emergency. It is imperative our security system is fixed. Walking just on the street to see your friend has become so dangerous in Nigeria. What are we going to do to ameliorate this? I have 7 bills. I have 7 bills already in line with this critical aspect of our governance and administration. Equity in Equality Act Bill, which will make all animals equal, even though some may be more equal than others. Leadership should be able to educate their children in Nigeria. Leadership must be able to attend hospitals in Nigeria. Leadership must be accountable. The law must have the same consequences for everyone. I have the Sovereign Security Act Bill, and that will place an emergency on security, whatever it takes. I have the Food and Agro Allied Development Emergency Act Bill. This is a bill that would make agropreneurship a law in Nigeria. Nigeria is the most endowed country in the world, agriculture-wise. After all, it was based on agriculture that Nigeria became the giant of Africa. Where is agriculture today? In the West, in the US, in Australia, farmers are the richest. But in Nigeria, farmers and farming remains peasant. Simply because we have back-to-back, clueless set of human beings at the seat of administration. You would only offer, anyone is able to offer what you have. People cannot offer beyond their mental acumen. People cannot offer beyond their mental know-how. People cannot offer beyond what they know. These folks have probably offered the best they could. However, unfortunately, not good enough for Nigeria, not at this point in time. I have a bill on Technology and Energy Development Act. I call it Technovation and Energy Development Act Bill. This will put an emergency on the sustenance and consistency of our educational system. It will create a system that would allow for public-private partnership with tertiary institutions in developing research and developing research. The global trend of technology in the world is digital. Today, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, disaster simulation are all taken in Japanese primary schools. But unfortunately, I don't know what Nigerian tertiary even takes all this as regular courses when they're not even in school. I think I've taken 4 or 5 bills. I think I have to keep the rest. I'll share them all as I have a bill on social security and female inclusiveness. I have a bill on citizenship and diaspora agenda. I'll give the details as the campaign runs on. Great Nigerian people, it is time. We all as Nigerians, it is time we come together to contribute our individual's culture, to oust, to take out, to vote out this set of political vandals, the clueless leaders. It is time we support a generation of younger folks and crop of new leaders. This is why I have come, not as a typical Nigerian politician, but I have come with a reputable acumen of global leadership. I have come as a technocrat. I have come with reputation, integrity, and experience. I have come with vision. I have come with wherewithal and capacity. I have been here and I've been there. I joined them in doing it, so I know how it's been done. This is why I've offered myself to be the next senator of Ekiti South Senatorial District. Those are my statutory responsibilities. What are my developmental responsibilities to my people and my senatorial district? A senator have access to 200 million developmental projects and developmental funds per year. This fund could be handled in different ways. Being handled as a joint fund to develop the senatorial district, 200 million is enough to create farm settlements that would grow with time, that would grow and develop with time. People will be employed, trainings will take place, food will be produced, IGR will increase, criminals and idols will be off the street. A farm settlement could be developed per local government to be continually improved upon. 200 million per year would give each of my 6 local governments 200 divided by 7. 7 times 3 is 21. So 200 million will give each local government at least 30 million. That will take us to 180 million. Then you have 20 million for exigencies and some other special projects. 30 million per year per local government would do some good youth empowerment if we decide to focus on youth. Real-time empowerment, not insolent youth empowerment. I see people go around, give people 5,000, calling it empowerment. I was even at a rally where, oh my God, you go around town, you give people 10,000, you call it empowerment, but your dog feeds with more than that a day. It is an insult on the electorate. Real-time, big-time youth empowerment. 10 to 15 people empowered real-time per local government per year. When you empower 10, an average man in Africa, in Nigeria, have nothing less than 10 dependents. Youths can be empowered. Majority percentage of parents in Ekiti State are farmers. From these funds, farm roads could be opened up. Mini solar plants could be developed to lit their farms up. Their existing peasant farm settlements could be developed to modern farm settlements, to be all inclusive, to involve the existing farmers. Ekiti State is one of the highest producers of cocoa in the world. But I tell you, so many youths of Ekiti doesn't know what chocolate bite tastes like. $200 million is enough to bring up factories. 200 million is enough to open up at least 10 farm roads per year per local government. 2 million will open up a 1.52 miles road untarred local, graded. Yet these farmers are all locked up. Their product gets all messed up during harvest because they couldn't get it to town. Yet Ekiti states continue to cry and tag themselves a civil servant state. It is dumb. Ekiti State should be a hub of agropreneur businesses. Ekiti State, for God's sake, is the most educated in Nigeria, yet Ekiti State, Ekiti South particularly, yet we are rated among the poorest. We are rated among the most uncivilized. We are rated among the poorest, the least developed. Where is the functionality? How does our education reflect on our development? This is why I am here. It is time we integrate our education into our system. It is time our education reflects in everything we do. This is why I have taken this upon myself. This is why I am saying you have to contribute your own quota by not falling prey, by not being timid, by not falling the manipulation of people using the resources they stole from you, using a bitty witty of what they stole from you to manipulate you during elections. This is why I am saying everyone needs to stand up, strike a balance, turn a new leaf, and make sure you support me. Ayodele, I assure you, I will serve you conscientiously. I will serve you patriotically. I will serve you consciously. And I will serve you with my flow. I will serve you with the fear of God, with the love of God, with obedience to God in its tenets, which are quite patriotic and altruistic. I will serve you walking on God and walking by Him. This is why I come to seek your support. This is why I come to say, please stand up en masse. Go vote. Do not be bamboozled to being election or political thugs. Do not be bamboozled to be disenfranchised. Do not play the fool any longer, but rather let us come together to call them, to tell them they are the fools. Great Nigerian people, my brothers, my sisters, this is why you need to vote for me. This is why you need to support me every way you can. This is why you need to vote ADC. The coming elections, the coming senatorial elections. This is why you need to vote ADC. This is why you need to vote me, Ayodele Ayokunle, as the reputable, credible alternative to the incumbent political vandal, to the incumbent clueless, unleading leaders, to the incumbent that have nothing to show for being your senator for 8 years or your rep for 3 years, respectively. They would not do anything more than they've done. They have nothing to offer you. Your love is not, they don't have your love at heart. They don't think about you because they feel their dogs are better than you. This is why I have come, because alone I am smiling. Together I need us to laugh. Alone I am speaking. Together I need us to have a voice. Alone, I am comfortable, but together, I need us to have a life. Please stand up en masse, come out, cast your vote for ADC. Cast your vote for Ayodele Ayokunle, AA for Senate, Ekiti South Senatorial District. Cast your vote. Do not argue, vote. Do not fight, vote. Do not engage in thuggery, vote. Stop complaining, vote. Be part of the change, vote. Thank you so much. Long live Nigeria, long live Ekiti State, long live Ekiti South Senatorial District. Vote for AA for Senate. Àṣeyọrí, iṣẹ́ Olúwa ni.